Sachii here, and today, again, I have seen a doctor. I have an ENT appointment on Wednesday. Hopefully they can figure out whether or not this is allergies. At this point, I think this is allergies, because I cannot breathe. I have taken ginger tonics, I have taken inhalers, I have, just so many things. I did my fitness test, and I almost failed it because I could not breathe. And so, as a result, I don't know what's going on. I need help. And the doctors aren't helping. Hopefully this ENT can help, but regardless, rant over. So, yeah, because I've been coughing for, I think, 160 days now. Anyway, back to it. It's March, I can't remember the date, March 17th. It is St. Patrick's Day, and very few of you know that I am actually obsessed with the Irish culture, not the St. Patrick's Irish Day culture. Let's get that straight. I am obsessed with Celtic culture, specifically, like the Welsh, the Scottish, even the Brittany culture, or Breton. I think that they're absolutely fascinating. I think a lot of it has to do with their linguistic background, because they use the Latin alphabet, but the pronunciation of each letter is completely different. You have to eschew all your expectations of how it's going to sound, like the word Kiva, or the name Kiva, Neve and whatnot, just like boggles my mind. But also too, just like there's a lot of Celtic elements that I personally just really like about the culture. But one thing that really stood out to me, and this is something that I won't say I'm passionate about, but more so was exposed to at an early age, is Irish step dancing. So a little bit of background about me before I get into this piece is my maternal grandparents died before I was born. My paternal grandparents died when I was about 4 or 5. And in the process of me growing up, I didn't really have grandparents. And so this woman, who is my paternal grandmother's best friend, her husband was my paternal grandfather's best friend, they kind of took over the role as grandparents for me, even though I wasn't biologically theirs. If I'm correct in my assumption based on the last names and the facial features, I think the paternal grandmother was Swedish, and I think he was Norwegian. Regardless, so they had a granddaughter about my age, because they were so close that my father pretty much grew up with their children. They had a granddaughter that's a little bit older than me that did Irish step dancing, and she and I we weren't close growing up, but now I won't say we're super close, but we're close enough to the point where I feel comfortable saying that I could go to her for anything. And I don't, just because she has a life, she has a kid. And she introduced me to Irish step dancing when I was about 8 years old. I never partook in it, even though I wanted to, because I was kicked out of ballet class when I was 4. Fun fact, gymnastics and ballet actually combine better than people think. I was a gymnast and I tried ballet. I just couldn't do it. And the reason why it's so different for a gymnast to go to ballet when the transition should be simple is because gymnasts have to be rigid all the time. Ballet dancers have to be fluid. So teaching your muscles how to be rigid and fluid at will takes a lot of skill. So as a result, I was kicked out of ballet class, and as a result, never danced again. So Irish step dancing, was interested in it, wasn't given the opportunity to partake in it. I tried a few lessons, loved it, but unfortunately where I live doesn't have any of it. So we're gonna paint it, because I have to satisfy my own ego. So yes. Sorry for the long-winded explanation. Just I wanted to explain my affinity with the Irish culture. Well, not affinity, just more the fact that there's something about the Celtic cultures that really just speak to me, and I don't know what it is. I wish I could explain it. Language is definitely one of them. And I actually studied Irish on Duolingo for quite a minute too. Yeah, I wish the only thing I remember is Diadri and Schlan. And yeah, because I've been focusing more on Greek for personal reasons. But yeah, so we're gonna make the background like reddish, maybe. Which red? Which red? We're gonna make it. You know what? We're just gonna make it a standard red. So let's see. I am doing nothing special for um this day. The only thing that is probably special is the fact that I am cooking. I am cooking a lot of potato dishes because I bought too many potatoes. Because I so the way that I do my grocery list is kind of insane. I didn't realize it was insane until I ran into 3 pounds of blueberries and I had no idea what to do with the blueberries. Um, so when I do my grocery list, I'm like, okay, I want this, and I want this. And so I was like, one day I was like, I love blueberries. I haven't had them in a while. I'm just gonna buy a ton of blueberries, and then, yeah. And then I was like, I got the blueberries. I'm like, the problem that I have with these blueberries is the fact that I don't know what to make with them. Like I can eat them, I can put them in yogurt parfaits, but I wanted to be more adventurous. So like it took me a while because I didn't have heavy cream, and I'm I won't say a firm believer, but just like I don't want to go to the grocery store more than once a week. I mean, the difference is if I decide to get some Asian ingredients like eel because I love eel, or like calamari or whatnot. I will make the extra trip, but I will like super consider what I'm getting, or I'll just make it so that the next time I go grocery shopping, it's going to be that location. So yeah, yeah. So right now, I'm in the process of making Polish pierogies, not Irish. I get it, but I made a whole bunch of mashed potatoes for it, and I'm about to make boxty as well. Boxty is Irish form of a pancake, and it's made with potatoes and then also Irish potato bread. So I've got um still feel stupid about this, but you know what? It is what it is at this point. Um, I haven't decided what random ingredient I'm going to randomly choose and then try to find a way to use it, but that's where I am right now in life. Yeah. But also too, the way doing it like this, as stupid as it sounds, is actually really helpful because I get to learn I get to learn the limitations of a particular ingredient, and I get to be adventurous and whatnot. And it was so fun cutting cutting the potatoes because I just sharpened my knives, and I started using a knife block to do it. I used to use the Gordon Ramsay two rods together. That's actually for honing the knife in case just to like stabilize it as you cut or chop depending on what you're doing with the knife. And so I was like, I decided to just you know this will probably be, I think I'm gonna make it the yellow ochre because I mentioned that I like yellow ochre, but I also kind of want to do the burnt sienna. Yeah, but yeah. So I've been entertaining myself with that, just going through and sharpening knives. But it was so refreshing to be able to to chop potatoes like a chef. I love cooking. I'm actually pretty good at it. My parents um they used to have a catering business, and so as a result they're pretty good at cooking, but they're also control freaks in the kitchen, so I actually had to teach myself how to cook. My sister never took it on because just she just doesn't find it relaxing. She finds it stressful, and I can understand why because of how my parents treated us whenever they cooked. Um, for me, I do find it relaxing, especially when I cook for other people because it's just like, I did this. Um, yeah, I did this and it's for you. So, yeah, let me just I got some on the socks, but hopefully I can go over it when it dries a little bit more. And yeah. Okay, so I think it was this channel. I think I mentioned that the natural color of Ireland is actually not green, it's blue. And that's what her dress is going to be. I don't exactly know the origins of why it's actually blue, not green, but it's like this deep royal blue and almost indigo color. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I Ireland, from what I understand, it's one of the few European countries I haven't been to, is super green. So I think that a lot of the green came from the green pastures and also to St. Patrick's with a shamrock, and then it just evolved from there. I don't know the full history. I'm more familiar with the Welsh and Scottish Gaelic, but regardless, we'll go from there. Okay, so let's see if this is... Never used this one before. I think this would be good for... Okay, let's do... We're not gonna quite do black because we're gonna do the blue deep gray. Okay. Get more water on this. And then I'm gonna paint over this with one of the golds. I don't know which one yet. I just have to experiment. And I have to be super careful because this is not black, by the way. What I'll do is I'm going to smear this, or at least attempt to smear it, so that the actual, like, the dark colors remain dark, and then that was probably not the right brush for this, but I'm still getting familiar with both the paints and the brush, so... Okay, let's try. These paints don't really, because they're more opaque than watercolors and the binding's slightly different, when you add water to it, it sometimes does something different. That's what's happening right now. Just trying to... But now you can see that it's actually not black, it's blue. I'm probably going to have to wait for that to dry before I can do anything more with that. Let me see if I can do something more with the floor and the floor and this, because yeah, I'm just trying to see what I can do. Backgrounds are not my thing. I'm just, it comes down more to laziness over anything else. So okay, you know what, that's fine. So one thing about me that I'm also like kind of people find crazy is the fact that I am super adventurous to the point where I will I will put myself in situations that are like, how, what? So for example, I went to a Norwegian tea party the other day. And I was the only person that was not Norwegian descent and not married to a Norwegian, and everyone was just like, what? You know, like, so I was the only Asian, and there's an Argentinian that I sat next to, and she was married to Norwegian, so it was kind of forgivable, whereas everyone was just like super confused I was there, but you know, I was there. It was interesting because it was a tea party, and they served peach tea. And cold chilled peach soup, which I didn't think existed, and I just messed that up. But you know what? We're gonna play along with it because this is, yeah. Um, they served chilled peach tea. I mean chilled peach soup, which was amazing. And I was like, peaches exist in Norway? And they're like, no, it doesn't. We just wanted to do it, because we wanted peaches. I'm like, okay, you know, props to you. Yeah. So I might have to let's blot this out. I'm gonna have to redo this. Or I could keep it like that. That's a really pretty interesting color. I would actually keep that and then, or just darken it just a little bit. Okay, so it's a little bit of darkness over here so that it doesn't look so washed out by the, I do need to get a little pad. I threw away the pink one that I used for my watercolors. Just, it was staining and it was bothering me because it was supposed to be no stain. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, so let's try again. Well, that's drying. We're gonna work on the red again. I think I'm actually gonna add a different red. Nope, same red. Oh man, yeah. We'll just try to go around. This is my first time using the dagger brush. Didn't know what it was when I bought it. Was told it's a dagger brush, and I'm like, you know what? Again, let's try something new. So, and going on in the ballet classes again. There's a woman that's teaching free ballet class, in the area, and I signed up. We'll see if I'm able to learn how to be a little bit more fluid. Personally, I doubt it. I've just never been a dancer. But you know, maybe confidence or just growing up will change the way that my body works. Who knows? Okay. Okay, almost done, and well, almost done with the red, kind of. I mean, I'll probably go over it again because I really need to work on backgrounds. That's probably something that I'm going to start looking up a little bit more and trying to figure out what to do, but regardless. Okay, so I think with that, I'm good on this area. Let's try doing, we're going to do a Prussian blue. Yeah, Prussian blue is, okay. That didn't work. Okay. One thing I like about these big pans of paint is the fact that they're big, so I can spread out the paint just a little bit better than how I used to, and so I don't get those big divots like I did. Okay, so we're gonna, while we're at it, now that the one thing I like about these paints is that it dries quickly, so I can go over colors pretty quickly. Let me just add a ton of white because I'm gonna, still a little wet, but least I can do is clean this up. And then I think for the shoes itself, I'm gonna go over it with I'm gonna go over it with actual like marker. I will probably have to go through the the, yeah, see, it's pulling again. Okay, wrong one. I need to get a smaller kerchief to blot this, but we'll get there. Okay, rose beige. I think I actually, there might be too much white on this. No, it's fine. Okay. Then we'll, still a little wet. Okay. I used a reference photo for this one because I didn't want to do the same thing of my nephew and accidentally insulting a culture. Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna, traditionally the headband is white. To make it stand out a bit, I'm gonna make it blue, just to match the, I'm staining it, like, yeah, just to match the the dress. Oh, oops, sorry. Okay. Sorry, John. Then we'll make the hair, my cousin, we call each other cousins now, because of our family relationship. Her hair is brown. I don't really have a good brown other than burnt sienna. I can do Indian red or I can do raw umber deep. I don't know which one I'll do. I kind of lean toward red just because why not, you know? And then what I'll do is I'll go over it with gold. Okay, and then we're gonna, I think it's clear enough that I can add some pink. But let me just dab the pink out a little bit, and then okay, so there's some pink, and then I need a darker. Okay, so I chose rose beige. I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to use natural beige. These colors don't mix very well, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add burnt sienna, and just very sparingly. Oh, okay, too much. Okay, again, very sparingly. We just, we add a little bit more burnt sienna here. Okay, that might be too much, but yeah. Yeah, these paints are trickier than, I mean, I knew that they were going to be tricky. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't realize how tricky they would be, I guess. But if I master this, you know, well, not master, but just get better at it, it will be really nice to see. I probably should have like not jumped in the way I did, to be completely honest. I probably should have just, oops, sorry. I probably should have just been, I think I'm gonna, I probably should have just, you know, started off with flowers, something I'm good at, and then transition to this, but also I am a person who likes to jump head first into anything. So let's see. It's not even. I don't care. Oops. Okay. Little mistake. But you know what? I'm not usually a person of patterns. I think I talked about it in one of my videos. My sister and my mom are fashionistas. I am pretty much just like, does it fit? Can I work out in it? Cool. Because in fact, I'm supposed to get a set of jump ropes later on today. to help me with my fitness, to make sure that I can breathe. Because I'm wondering if it's just, it's not it's not my VO2. My VO2 is actually extremely high, and so I think it's actually probably my cardio itself, because um I live at 6,000 feet above sea level. That is over 3,000 kilometers of sea level, and to anyone that's difficult to live in. That's difficult to breathe because the air is thinner. Your body has to work harder to get muscles. There's less oxygen. There's just so many factors to it, and I think what it is like, I had great cardio health coming over here, but just I'm a smaller person. And my kidneys failed when I first moved here. So I struggled a lot at first because my kidneys were not doing very well. I might actually have to redo this skirt thing because I don't like how that's. But what I will do is I will do this. This is going to be a slightly longer video just because I spent 5 minutes ranting. Okay, so. Oop. Oh. What happened? Okay. So there's a lot of windstorms here recently, and I think the windstorm took out a power line just now. I'm gonna continue this, but obviously, it's gonna be significantly more difficult. Let me see if I can turn on the flash. Exposure, white balance, reset all. No, it looks like I can't turn on the flash because it's kind of hard for me to see right now. But I'm just gonna continue as if nothing happened. Wait, what's this? No, that's not it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to continue as if nothing happened. It would just be significantly harder for me to get the details I want. But we'll work it. Okay, so yeah, because the air conditioning, well, not air conditioning, the heater went off. So I definitely think it's a power line issue. But okay, so we're gonna do. I think I chose indigo for the skirt. I like how the what's called, the glitter actually kind of stays there as kind of like a foil. It makes things easier, but let me just continue. Let me just make it darker if I can. Then I think now I'm gonna go over the areas that are like questionable, like here, with just a thin brush, and then adding shadows. Okay. Nope, no messages about losing power yet. I think I have to log into Facebook to actually see if the area lost power. My neighbors don't talk to each other, and it's great because I like it. But I also know that if there's an issue, they will help me out. Especially since they know that I'm single with just a dog, and my dog is super popular, so as a result, I think they care more about the dog than they do about me. Mia's she's amazing. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So I'm gonna do that. And I think that's about as good as I can get it. I keep forgetting to bring out my fountain pen. It's currently in my car because I keep it in my wallet. Sorry, tracing takes a lot of focus from me. Okay. Okay. Another update about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. I'm a little bit more invested than I should be about that case. I won't get into why. The people that know me know why. So, but nothing about the power outage that I just had. So, let me just. I don't know whether or not it's just because I have a bunch of things plugged into this one outlet in this room. I don't think so because I've been using this for a while. This setup for a while. Yeah. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna complete it and then go on my merry way and try to figure out what happened to the power. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to me rant. And yeah, have a good day.